Morning, how we doing? Hope you're good. Monday morning. Hope you haven't pressed snooze and you're up watching this, getting yourself motivated. So we're going to talk about complacency and how it's ruining your game. So as soon as you come in, make sure that you like, make sure that you comment, get involved, engage, let me know what you think. So for me, complacency is something that I think we all slip into. Complacency is when the chips are down and you think you've made it, and suddenly you take your eye off the ball and then you're back in the rut. I'm going to take this weekend, for example. The 50 miler was always part of the process to get to the 100 miler. It was always part of the training plan. It was, back in September, I always looked at doing that run and doing the prep run for that. And I think what's really important is that I feel I could easily be complacent and go, oh, well, I've done most of the work. It feels like I've already done my 100. So what I do is just ease off, relax, not fucking train. And actually, it can end up being a deterrent and get me getting to the 183 days and actually missing out on the the time that I'm aiming for, because I've become complacent within my training and my mindset. So this morning I'm going to go for a 4-mile walk. Tomorrow I'm going running with the missus. We've got a half marathon, pushing the buggy round on Sunday. So we're going to start building those miles up. And I think a lot of people, this is how I see a lot of people who commit themselves to something. What they end up doing is getting to that point where they've lost a lot of body weight, they've got into a great mindset, or they've achieved something in business or life, and that's almost enough. And we don't think about the future, we don't think about what's next, we don't think about how this is going to develop and evolve and grow. We've become complacent that we feel that we've made it, and then we stop, and that's where we slip. If you look at a football team, if you look at some of the great football teams, and let's say they're on a good winning run and they keep winning, sometimes they can become complacent in the way that they play football, and then suddenly they slip and they lose a massive game that they needed to win, right? And you're no different to that as an individual. You might think you've broken the back of it by actually working out 4 times a week, and you're doing it, and you've been doing it for the last 3 months. You think you've done it, but what you forget to understand is that you need to do that for the rest of your life. And that's how you grow in fitness. That's how you grow with your mindset. That's how you grow as an individual, as your identity, your behaviours, your patterns, your routines, your habits, your structure. That's how you grow. Okay, it should be part of your life and an ongoing process. I'm already thinking about what's next after the 100, because I know that if I don't, I remember last time I did my 100, 3 years ago, I did nothing for 7 months. That's complacency for you. I put on a ton of weight, I looked in the mirror, and by Christmas of 2016, I looked awful. And I wasn't happy with the way that I looked. So you can never be complacent in life. Otherwise, you'll stop challenging yourself. Otherwise, you'll stop growing. Otherwise, it will become the norm, right? It will just be the same all of the time. Up and down, up and down. Complacent, sink back down. Sort yourself out, come back up. Complacent, down you come. And you have to ask yourself, consistently, you have to question yourself. Are you pushing yourself? Are you moving forwards? Are you taking a step back? Or are you moving 1% forward in the right direction all of the time? Or is complacent? Have you got complacent and slipped? And it would vary for every single person. And complacency isn't like when you go on holiday, let's say for 2 weeks, you go away with the family and you decide not to do much on holiday. That's not the end of the world if you don't do anything. You haven't become complacent and become lazy. You just massively changed your habits. Now, you can still get straight back in. You can still do stuff when you're away if you want to, or you can still come back and you get straight back into routine if you're strong enough to do that, or resilient enough to do that. Complacency is when you think, for me, is when you think you've made it, so you slow it down. You slow down the momentum. And it's impossible. Okay, to sometimes get back on that. It sometimes takes people years to come back. I've spoken to guys who said they got complacent, they stopped training for a couple of days, that turned into a couple of weeks, that turned into a couple of months, and it ended up turning into years. So That's what I'm talking about, Borley. So part of your Monday process today is to think about asking yourself that question. Am I being complacent in my routine? Have I got complacent? Have I got a little bit lazy? Have I taken my foot off the gas slightly? Or am I still on full throttle? Am I still moving forwards every single day by 1%, building up the small wins? And if the answer is that you've become complacent and lazy, sign up to the free 5-day Fire It Up challenge. That will fire you right up, guys. I'm not joking. That's going to be a lot of focus and momentum for the week. Okay, and even if you are super motivated and you're on it, come along because you can learn something. You know, you can learn some practices, you can learn some systems, some strategies to help keep you motivated, keep you inspired, so that you can progress as an individual, right? We want to progress as an individual. While I was running on Saturday, I honestly was asking myself, why the fuck am I doing this? Why am I running into like a 40 miles an hour gust of wind? Why am I putting myself through it and suffering so much? And I kept on, the only ever answer that kept on popping up is because it's there and I want the challenge. And I kept on thinking, when I'm on my, and honestly, my brain was fucking fucked on Saturday. I was thinking, when I'm on my deathbed, it's something I tell my grandkids that I did, that I run 50 miles, that I run 100 miles. Now, not everybody has to run 50 to 100 miles to tell their grandkids what they've achieved. But, you know, being there for your grandkids is something that's huge, right? Giving your body and your mind the best opportunity to be around to see the grandchildren is a feat within itself. Just being alive, just being healthy enough and giving your body and your heart and your internal system the chance to actually be here when those grandchildren show up is huge. And that's why I was thinking, do you know what? This is what it's all about. It's all about the stories. It's all about the achievement. It's all about pushing yourself while you're on this planet until the day that you go. And don't let complacency play a part in you not achieving that. All right? Have a great day. Please do make sure that you like and share. Just click share it on your page for me. Comment, let me know what you think of it. Sign up to the 5-day Fire It Up challenge. We are going in, I think it must be like 2 weeks today. I think we're starting. Get yourself in there. It's going to be amazing atmosphere. We're going to be on fire. Have a great week. Catch you soon.